All right, listen up. Welcome back to Market Minute, your home for actionable intelligence to navigate this crazy, wild market. Today, we're diving headfirst into Cloudflare, one of the most talked about, electrifying, and polarizing names in tech. That's right, ticker, NET, a lightning rod of a company, a battleground stock, bulls and bears locked in a cage match. Some call it the next titan of the internet, a foundational piece of digital infrastructure. Others call it a high-flying growth story, valuations just too rich for their blood. What's the real story? A rocket ship to ride? Or a speculative bubble waiting for a pinprick? That's the billion-dollar question. We're going to tackle it head-on, rip apart their business model, put the latest earnings under a microscope. Hear what Wall Street pros are saying about 2025 and beyond. No fluff, no jargon, just cold, hard facts. Not just another tech stock. Cloudflare sits at the epicenter of big trends: cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, speed and reliability of the internet. Sandbox that big equals massive rewards and massive risks. Let's cut through the noise. Imagine the internet is a massive, sprawling highway system. Your website is a destination on that highway, like a store or office. You've got all sorts of traffic, legitimate customers and bad actors trying to break in. This is where Cloudflare steps in. Cloudflare acts as security guards, traffic cops, and performance enhancers. When you sign up, traffic goes through Cloudflare's network first. It's a checkpoint and turbo booster in front of your site. Their system instantly analyzes incoming traffic: legitimate user, fastest route, malicious bot, or DDoS. Whack-a-mole blocked before it reaches you. But it's not just security, it's speed. Cloudflare stores copies of your content worldwide. They're expanding into cloud computing with Workers. Developers can run code on Cloudflare's global network, not just on AWS or Azure. Mini applications live everywhere, fast and resilient. In a nutshell, faster, safer, more reliable. For the second quarter of 2025, which ended on June 30th, Cloudflare came out swinging. They reported total revenue of $465 million. That's a blistering 31% increase from the same quarter last year. Well, on a non-GAAP basis, they reported a net income of $45 million, or 13 cents per share. Last year in Q2, they were at 9 cents. So we're seeing real, tangible growth. This tells me management has a firm hand on the wheel. Cloudflare ended the quarter with over 195,000 paying customers. But the real magic is in the big fish, the large customers who spend over $100,000 a year with them. They now have over 3,000 of these high-value clients. Their dollar-based net retention rate was 116%, meaning the average existing customer from last year is spending 16% more with them this year. That's a powerful growth engine. For the upcoming third quarter, Cloudflare projects revenue between $480 million and $482 million. For the full year of 2025, they raised their revenue forecast to a range of $1.88 billion to $1.89 billion. Overall, the Q2 report was a trifecta: a beat on revenue, a beat on earnings, and a raise in guidance. That's a home run in anybody's playbook. Let's get our hands dirty and look deeper into the financial guts of this company. The gross margin is a number I always watch like a hawk. For Cloudflare, their non-GAAP gross margin in Q2 was a healthy 79.1%. Cloudflare generated $68 million in cash flow from operations. Even more impressive, their free cash flow was a positive $35 million. For a company in hyper-growth mode, being free cash flow positive is monumental. However, we have to talk about the elephant in the room: stock-based compensation. In Q2, this was a whopping $120 million. This is why their GAAP net loss was still significant at around negative $60 million. As of the end of the quarter, Cloudflare was sitting on approximately $1.7 billion in cash equivalents, and marketable securities. This financial firepower gives them incredible flexibility. Beyond the earnings report, one of the biggest developments has been their aggressive push into the zero-trust security market. The old model was like a castle with a moat. The zero-trust model assumes no one is trusted by default, constantly verifying every user and device. Cloudflare announced a new Bandwidth Alliance initiative, which aims to reduce ridiculously high data transfer fees. This is a direct shot across the bow of the big cloud titans, positioning itself as a more affordable alternative. We can't ignore the constant drumbeat around artificial intelligence. Cloudflare is right in the middle of it. Their global network is perfectly positioned for AI inference at the edge, making AI-powered features faster and more responsive. With high profile comes high scrutiny. Cloudflare has been in news regarding content moderation, as its services are used by a vast swath of the internet. This represents persistent headline risk as their influence grows. CEO Matthew Prince has been crystal clear. He doesn't just want to build a successful security company. He wants to build the fourth major public cloud. Instead of giant, centralized data centers, their vision is a global, distributed supercomputer. A huge piece is their developer platform, Cloudflare Workers. They're on a mission to win hearts and minds of developers. The thinking is simple: easy, fast, cheap for developers to build on your network. They will come in droves. Another key pillar is becoming the undisputed leader in enterprise security through Cloudflare One. They want to be the single vendor that a CISO turns to, replacing legacy hardware with a single, integrated cloud-native platform. Ultimately, Cloudflare's vision is to become an indispensable utility for the internet, as fundamental as electricity or water for the modern digital economy. They want their network to be the platform on which the next generation is built. Now let's put on our bullhorns. The optimists look at Cloudflare and see a company with a practically unlimited runway for growth. They are playing in enormous markets. The total addressable market is measured in the hundreds of billions of dollars. One bullish analyst from Needham recently reiterated his buy rating with a price target of $135. He argues Cloudflare is the best-positioned company in security with a durable competitive advantage that legacy players cannot replicate. The bullish argument hinges on network effects. Every new customer makes the network more valuable for everyone else. More traffic allows better threat detection. More servers make the network faster globally. Bulls see this as a powerful competitive moat. The bulls are incredibly excited about the AI opportunity. They see Cloudflare as a primary beneficiary of the AI revolution. As companies deploy more AI models, the need to run them close to end users becomes paramount, and Cloudflare's edge network is tailor-made for this. All right, let's flip the coin. The bears' number one concern is valuation. They look at Cloudflare trading at a price-to-sales ratio well north of 20, and their heads spin. The stock's premium valuation leaves little room for error in execution. The second major point is competition. In security, it competes with giants like Zscaler and Palo Alto Networks. In cloud computing, it's up against Amazon AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud. The bears worry these behemoths could squeeze Cloudflare's margins. The bears are skeptical about the path to significant JAP profitability. They point to massive stock-based compensation as a real cost. The company is buying its growth by issuing shares to employees, which dilutes value for existing investors. Finally, the bears worry about a potential macroeconomic slowdown. If we enter recession, IT budgets get cut, and even high-priority projects could be delayed. A slowdown in growth would be disastrous for such a highly valued stock. So, there you have it, the full story on Cloudflare. On one hand, you have a technological powerhouse changing how the internet works. They're growing like a weed, revenue jumping over 30%, led by a visionary founder innovating at breakneck pace. On the other hand, you have cautionary tales from bears. They see nosebleed valuation, GAAP losses from stock compensation, and a battlefield crowded with Amazon, Microsoft, Google. Your job as an investor is to weigh these competing narratives. My advice? Do your own homework. Read the quarterly reports, listen to conference calls, and understand the products. Don't just buy a stock because it's going up. Buy a business because you understand it and believe in its future. Ultimately, Cloudflare represents a high-risk, high-reward proposition. The story is still being written, and the next few years will be absolutely critical. Thanks for tuning in to Market Minute. Now go do your homework. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more Market Minute insights.